Welcome back to Owlchemist Tarot, serving tarot straight up. So this is the overview. I already pulled some cards on TikTok on your weekly reading for May 9th through the 15th. So we're going to finish the overview and then we'll go into career, money, and relationships, love, whatever you want to say. Now, a few things. If you're new, welcome. Please subscribe. If you're a return subby, always appreciate you. This is a general reading, okay? So it will not be for all of you. And if it does resonate, it doesn't mean that everything's going to unfold this week, okay? It could have already started for you, or it's something that you might just want to be aware of, okay? So the only way to get a more accurate understanding of what's going on and what you're going through is a one-on-one. All that information's in the bio. Click, you know how to do it, okay? So I pulled some cards and first and foremost, the Knight of Cups in reverse came up, and we have the Tower card in reverse. So I feel like somebody from your past, and this is not so much you, but maybe somebody from your past, and it could be an ex-lover or a person you're in a relationship with, or a crush, they're going through a major fucking upheaval. The Tower in reverse a lot of times is not always directly at you. It's usually happening around you or to others, and you're kind of watching from the sidelines, like not really knowing how to help or assist, but it's very much where it's like, you have to figure this shit out yourself. Every single one of us has Tower moments. The Tower card in reverse is also, this person could have severe delay in making a decision, wanting to prolong the inevitable, whatever the case is, or really kind of, if you hear that noise, it's really windy. It's my attic fan. Sorry. I didn't realize how loud it fucking was. So, anywho, this person is getting knocked straight on their ass, and a lot of them are kind of taking in account, because this is probably maybe the first time that they've had to go through this on their own, and they're starting to kind of reminisce, like, who was in their life that was always there for them and supported them and, was their cheerleader. Some of you, that is where you come in, right? And the Six of Cups is kind of having that fondness and realizing, gosh, they were there for me. I wonder if they can help me out, because I'm going through all this like hell, these major shifts and abrupt changes in my life. And I really feel like for a lot of you, they're coming, or they might contact you or come toward you because they feel like you are a safety blanket, kind of that person that's going to listen to them and understand them and help them and be their emotional support person. I always tell anyone who gets a one-on-one reading with me, or if it's a collective reading or a live, I always say, please use discernment. If we have an ex coming back into your life out of fucking nowhere, especially when you've given so much and they've never given you any indication that they're interested, and all of a sudden when their life is upside down, oh my gosh, I need you, I love you, I care about you. Now is that time of year where we're already in Mercury retrograde, or we will be officially tomorrow, which is May 10th. We've been in the shadow phase. Exes tend to come back, people that have been out of your life boomerang back in, right? So be very careful about this sneaky energy, because it really does feel like they're only there for a moment in time. Unfortunately, the Knight of Cups, even in the reverse, is someone who is pretty finicky. They're not necessarily always in it for the long run. They have this immature emotional intelligence level where they don't really know what they want. They kind of all these feelings, and when they like something, it's almost like they love bomb and it's like overload. And when they lose interest or it kind of fades, they get very standoffish. So it's kind of this cold and hot energy, and that can get very annoying because that's not something that's very consistent or stable. Imagine like metal that gets heat and cold put on it. It's almost like it contracts and then it, you know what I mean? It expands and contracts. That's the word I was looking for. And at some point, that energy is too volatile where the object is going to break. Okay? Think about that. Now, in the reading, I did say on TikTok, we have the Star in reverse. The Star card is still a very positive card, even in the reverse. And I do feel like there's light at the end of the tunnel, but I feel like for some of you, and many of you are going to actually see and understand the reason why it didn't work with this person, okay? Now, the Knight of Cups is a water energy. It could be Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, but it could be somebody that just holds on to those characteristics. It may not be their sign in their top three. With the Star card, this is very much about having an enlightening moment, seeing the end of the tunnel, having an understanding maybe from, you know, your past, how connected and how dedicated you were to this person, and getting nothing back. And now that you've had time to kind of step away, and now that they're kind of crawling back because they're going through this hellish moment and everyone's kind of been like, no, you need to do it yourself. They're like, oh no, this person always had my heart, da, 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 da. And I love them so much. I need to come back. At the end of the day, this person, I really do feel like for the majority of them, they're just coming back because they need you. It doesn't necessarily mean that they want you for who you are. They want you for what you can do for them. There is a big fucking difference in that statement. So with the Star card in reverse, I feel like you're having this enlightening moment to understand that this isn't a healthy type of connection, and I deserve more. And so with the Six of Swords, I feel like you're going to be moving in a different direction, kind of having this internal storm that you've been going through, mental storm, feeling very clouded, not having a clear understanding how this person feels about you because it's always these mixed signals. And now you're starting to see, you know what? I don't really fucking need this in my life. I need to start to move on to a calmer state where I do deserve better. I know my value. I know my worth. And I don't need to be treated like some fucking puppet or, you know, a safety blanket because somebody can't figure out their own shit. Okay. So I feel like for a lot of you, it's kind of this like epiphany aha moment. So, oops, that was way too many cards. By the way, this is the Tattoo Tarot Ink and Intuition deck. A lot of you guys asked what decks I use. So I'm going to be pulling a few cards around money, career, and then relationships, and kind of let's just see what's going on. Just maybe pulling one more card just to kind of get an idea. Okay. All right. Money, I'm going to be honest with you. I think for a lot of you, we got the Queen of Swords in reverse. This can be a very reactive, kind of frivolous, very spontaneous type of energy of wanting to spend money this week, maybe because it's filling a void. Not a lot of people who channel the Queen of Swords or tend to get this energy like to hear that, but a lot of times this is like chaos that is busting out, right? In the upright, I always think of the Queen of Swords as controlled chaos, knowing how to like really temper things and having a lot of discipline over your emotions. But at the end of the day, in the reverse, it's kind of like you just want to do things because you're irritated or frustrated, or you feel kind of this pent up energy. And you have the Ace of Cups here. So for some of you, it really might be wanting to spend money on things like to beautify, you know, your home or yourself, like new clothes, new makeup, new car. Let's buy a new house. Let's just buy. Don't just purchase shit just because you think it's going to make you feel good, because I feel like it's just going to fill a void, and then you're left there with a really hefty bill on something that you may not really want or can afford. So really use some common sense this week when it comes to spending money. In the career zone, man, you got some big choices to make with the Two of Pentacles. This is kind of the beginning of a major step in a different direction. You know, the Two of Coins is all about weighing the pros and cons, literally trying to figure out what you ultimately want to achieve, but also what you're willing to fucking put up with, right? There's too many options now. So don't let fear kind of overshadow what you really want to go for and what you can accomplish. If you want to go for a higher paying job, fucking go for it. Don't let fear or ego tell you can't. The worst case is they say no. You ask what you need to get there and they tell you, right? But have courage, have faith in yourself. Ask yourself the hard questions. Don't be scared about this exercise, because for a lot of you, there is and needs to be a shift in a different direction, and you need to actually really do the due diligence and ask yourself, you know, what you're willing to give to get, okay? So really start to think about that. In relationships, I feel like for some of you, if you're in a relationship, I feel like you're making some pretty significant headway. You have the Five of Wands and the Four of Coins. Woo! Mercury retrograde. I can't fucking speak. Coins in the reverse. So I feel like there's been maybe some open, crucial conversation to figure out like what's been hard, like what's been challenging. Because I think for a while there, you're closing yourself off, and that doesn't help anybody when you close yourself off. This is not a guessing game, right? So, sorry, looking at the clock. For some of you, you definitely do have to, be open and be willing to say what's bothering you, what is not working in your relationship. This is a time to have, again, open communication. If you're single, I feel like this is, maybe you've worked through some personal issues. I cannot speak. Sorry, guys. Some personal issues on what has been a tipping point in a lot of your past relationships and what you're willing to put up with and what isn't working for you, what, hasn't been ideal. I think for a lot of you who are single, you've really been focusing on yourself and kind of going through and working through some of those hard things that you've allowed in your life, realizing that you're a part of that was a decision that you made. The Four of Coins in reverse tells me you're starting to open up a little bit. You're starting to, or wanting to, be willing to open up and say, you know what, just because I've had past relationships that didn't work out and they were very challenging, doesn't mean that a new one won't be a better fit. Because, when you do that work in self-reflection, you start to pay attention to red flags. You start to pay attention to energy. Okay. So again, this may not be the week to just start something serious, singles, but for sure you might be open and willing to say yes to a coffee date or be a little bit more open-minded. Okay. So thank you all so much for watching. Sorry for my, tongue-tied situation. Sorry, Mercury retrograde gets me, when I do readings around this time of year. But anywho, have a great rest of your week and we will chat very soon.